Why is carbon important to living things? Please see all these structures. Okay, in all these, carbon is there in different forms, whether it is a plant or an animal, human body, in different pattern, in different form, carbon is there in our body. That means this shows the importance of carbon for the living beings. Carbon is a must. Okay, therefore, in our yesterday's discussion, we have studied why we have to make a separate branch for carbon chemistry. It is because of its ability to combine with itself and its ability to combine with other atoms. So for this purpose, separate branch is created and carbon compounds are made in the laboratory, and today we are enjoying millions of carbon compounds in our day-to-day life in different forms. That's why we say carbon is a unique atom or unique element. Okay, right. So, my dear students, I welcome for the today's session on the importance of carbon, why the carbon chemistry is made, and the organic chemistry especially. Okay, so we continue our journey of organic chemistry today. First, what is the specialty of carbon? I told already in the studies discussion that it's a place on the modern periodic table. So before carbon, atoms wants to donate, and after carbon, atoms wants to gain. But it is in the case of carbon, they want to go for sharing. So it is the sharing of electron goes for the maximum number of formation of compounds of carbon. Okay. Why carbon wants to go for sharing? Because of its valency. Atomic number of carbon is 6. Okay. Now this is the box diagram of writing electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Okay. Here Hund's rule is maintained. Okay. As long as place is available, they don't go for the pairing. Okay. Right. This is what? This is the electronic configuration of carbon atom in the ground state. But during the bond formation, okay, this one of the 2s electrons is shifted to the empty 2p orbital. So going for this new electronic configuration. Okay, so here we have 4 unpaired electrons, and these 4 unpaired electrons want to go for sharing because of the small size of carbon atom or because of the place on the modern periodic table. Therefore, 4 electrons are shared. 4 electrons of carbon are shared by someone who is in need, and carbon goes for the covalent bond. Okay, so this is the reason. This is the answer for the compounds of carbon. Okay, carbon is tetravalent. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can go for 4 electrons sharing. So 4 tetra. That's why carbon valency is tetravalency. This is today in this we are discussing what tetravalency of carbon atom. Each orbital of outermost shell of carbon atom containing unpaired electron, how many? 4. So once again I am repeating, carbon is tetravalent. Tetravalency. Okay, right. Now, tetravalency of carbon we learned, we understood. Now, one more remarkable property, one more special property of carbon is what? Catenation. Catenation is what? Catenation is the remarkable property of carbon atom to form bonds with itself and to give rise to a single large structure or chain. And this is called what? Self combination or self linking. Carbon combines with itself because of the small size. They can overlap to the maximum extent, whether it is a axial overlap or the side overlap. So due to the effective overlapping of the atomic orbitals of the carbon goes for the bonding. Okay, so carbon is going for the bonding with itself. That is called self bonding or self combination or self linking. So because of this, what happens when carbon combines with itself in a different way, in a different pattern, in a different fashion? So that means it will create a chain. It will create a framework. Once the carbon frame is created, once the carbon skeleton is created, then on that some other atoms will come and make a bond, so that carbon compounds are made. So first property, what? First property is self combination. Carbon combines with itself, go for the carbon skeletal. On that carbon skeletal, some other atoms will come and make a bond. The best friend of carbon is what? Hydrogen. So first carbon chain is formed, then hydrocarbon is formed. After hydrocarbon, you can replace one by one hydrogen and go for their derivatives. What is catenation? The property of direct bonding between atoms of same element to form a chain. So this property is there with some selected atoms. Especially it is there with the group 14, carbon, silicon. Because silicon is larger in size, so that much catenation property is not there with the silicon. It is there, I agree, but the maximum catenation we expect from the carbon due to the small size. The carbon chains can be straight or branched, okay, forming large molecules. That means because of the self combination, because of the catenation, carbon goes for the chain formation, and these chains are, they may be straight or they may be branched. Okay, so variety of chains are there. You see here, straight chain. Here branch is there, branch, multiple branch. See further branching. Okay, complex branching. That means you can go for any type of chain here. Carbon is such a unique, carbon is such a self, has got self command capacity. It can go for any type of chain. That's the beauty of the carbon. Okay, so because this reason, carbon goes for the maximum formation of compounds. Okay, not not only branch, it can go for the ring formation, close structure. Okay, so this is a cyclopropane, this is cyclopentane, this is cyclohexane. Others are there, I have not shown here, but only I have shown the framework. So apart from going for the straight chain, linear chain, apart from going for the branch chain, it also goes for what? Ring structure or the close structure. So that means carbon is ready for the formation of a chain in any fashion, in any pattern. Okay. Now here, one more point we want to discuss here. Whenever, let us recall from the valence bond theory, chemical bonding chapter, there we have learnt about the hybridization. Okay. So the three famous hybridizations are sp, sp2 and sp3. sp is linear, sp2 is triangular planar, and sp3 is tetrahedral. Okay, now why we have to take these examples in this chapter? Because here let us understand the character of s orbital in these three hybridization. Okay, in sp, okay, sp, one s is there, one p is there. Okay, so there are two orbitals. Out of two, what is the contribution of s? 1, so 1 by 2, so 50%. In sp2, there are three orbitals. Out of three hybrid orbitals, what is the contribution of s here? It is 1 by 3, 33% approximately. And in the case of sp3, it is 1 by 4, 25%. That means s character in sp3 is less than sp2 than sp. So what is the impact of this S character? So whenever S character is less, it will spend less time near the nucleus. Okay, first of all, S shape is spherical. Okay, and if it is having less S character in a particular hybridization, that means it is giving hint in such a way that it is spending less time near the nucleus. The one which has got more S character will spend close to the nucleus. Okay, when it is spending more time close to the nucleus, that means it is tightly held to the nucleus. When it is tightly held to the nucleus, its electronegativity character increases. When its electronegativity character increases, it can withdraw shared pair of electrons. So this is the relation between hybridization and the S character. So first you see what type of hybridization is there in the carbon compounds. Then you go for the S character. So depend upon the S character, more the S character, more is the electronegativity, more it can withdraw shared pair of electrons. Okay. Same thing here, 50%, 33%, and 25%. You see here, increased percentage of S character means what? Increased bond strength. I told you, no, S character more close to the nucleus, more tightly held, more bond length. So more bond enthalpy. So strength of a bond is more. So decrease the bond length. So that means they go for the maximum interaction, maximum overlap. So close to the nucleus. So there is a less in the bond length, that is called decrease in the bond length. Now, one more point we will discuss today, small point, that is what? How pi bond forms. Remember, pi bond forms by the sideway overlap of atomic orbitals this way. Okay, only have shown the sideway of p orbital. In this way they overlap, and this is the bond, one above the plane, one below the plane. So they merge, and an extra bond is formed, double or triple. So this is called pi bond. Okay, now pi bond has got some certain characteristics. So we learn those characteristics of pi bond. Okay, first, it is a covalent bond formed by lateral or sideways overlap. I already told. It is a weak bond because the axial overlap is the best overlap compared to the side overlap. So naturally it is a weak bond. When it is a weak bond, then a bond energy is less. When the bond energy is less, you can break easily. When you can break easily means what? These electrons are available for the bonding. That means wherever pi bond is there, whether it is in the form of double bond or triple bond, okay, they are more reactive than the single bond. That means in alkanes we find single bond, in alkenes we find the double bond, in alkynes we find the triple bond. Because of the pi bond in the alkenes and the alkynes, they are more reactive. Okay, sometimes for 1 mark you will ask why alkenes and alkynes are more reactive than the alkanes. It is because of what? Pi bond. Pi bond is weak, you can easily break it, you can easily rupture it. So pi bond is called as the electron center, electron rich center, where anybody who's need electron, they will come and take the electron. Okay, yeah. So that's why alkenes and alkynes are more reactive than the alkanes. Okay. So with this, today we will conclude session. Today we learned what? First is carbon is tetravalent, then cation property forming the large number of carbon compounds, then S character in the hybridization, then the impact of S character on the electronegativity, then pi bond formation and its characteristics. Okay. So with this, we will conclude today's session, and in tomorrow we will discuss some other part of the organic chemistry. Thank you, my dear students.